My name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. And here comes one of my helpers. I'm going to be showing you a card today. It's the third card. Well, it's kind of the fourth card that I have in a series. I've been using the Pigment sprinkles, which are these, with puff paint, which is this. It's actually called Snowfall Accents Puff Paint, and it's really designed to be used to make snow. I should have gotten a card where I actually used it for what it's designed to be made for, but this was the first that I made. And then the next one that I made, which you're gonna have to watch, sorry, I also have a video ready to film over here of my tool, and so I've got jars of paint here on the table that are colored, and my cat's trying to stick his hand in them. So he's going to end up with some Mambo colored paws, and he's a white cat. So I don't want that to happen, so there he's leaving now. But you're gonna wanna watch this card because the background that I'm using on today's project, I made when I filmed this because it needs to dry, and I wanted it to be nice and dry. So I used these two things, so hop over and watch this video. So you'll get a twofer when you watch this because you'll get to see me make this card, but you also get to see me when I make the background, and it's this. So if you watch that video, I will put it on the blog post that's gonna match this, because in that video, what I did was I created the background with puff paint, and then I let it sit for about 30 minutes on my table, and then I took a picture, and I'll put that picture on there. I am going to do one, I just haven't had time, and I don't have space right now, but I'm gonna do one and just let it dry without heating it. But this one's been heated. And so now it's been, you can see it's nice and dry. It's been a couple of days. And we're gonna run this through the Big Shot, or through the die cutting machine. That's why I wanted it to be nice and dry. But when, if you've watched the other ones, you've heard me talk about how when I first did this, I didn't think that there were colors that I could use to create a fall or a Christmas really colored card. On this one, you can see these are the colors I used, and I came up with some Cajun Craze and some peacock and really some pear. It kind of, when you mix the colors, and you'll see how I did it if you go back and watch that video, but the colors, once they mix, because you're all starting with a base of Stampin' Up! Colors, so as you drag them through, and I kind of made a flannel print, then it comes out really nicely. So the card's not going to take very long at all to make, but I've had lots of people ask me if you can put the puff paint through the mail, and if you can put it through the die cutting machine. Here's the thing. I wouldn't make a card and immediately send it out to the mailman, but I don't know very many stampers who do that. And I would not for sure do this technique, have it be hot, and then send it through your die cutting machine, because it's gonna smash because it needs to cool, but it's also gonna stick to your plates. That's the main reason you don't wanna do that. But once it's cool, it's hardened, and then it's fine. So I've got this leaf. It's from the Come Together. So you want to pick kind of the prettiest place. So I'm going to go here first because I really like this little part. And the other secret is to just go through once. Like, don't roll and roll and roll with your dies, because there's no point. One time's going to cut it fine. So we'll roll this through. And you can see it didn't stick, and it cuts fine. It takes it, it feels kind of rubbery. It gives it a really nice texture. Kind of flannelly, rubbery. It's great. And if you're doing this on kids' cards, they're gonna especially love it. So then I'm gonna put this right here, and then this set does come with some smaller leaves as well, so I can do another card and use my smaller leaves on. So I'm gonna go over here. It does kind of bend up like that from being heated, but as soon as you put your thing in here, see, it smashes down. And because it's just an outline and I'm not like lining it up to anything, it doesn't matter if it moves a little bit. Look how pretty that is. In fact, the more times you go through the machine, the more flat it gets, the paper. So there we go. We need 2 leaves. And here I can go get some of my smaller dies from other sets, some of the fern looking dies, some of the tropical dies, some of the little flowers would look really pretty with this. So save this and use it on another card. we won't be doing this at any of my classes because of the amount of time that it takes to dry. But I do have a special that's good through Thursday. So this is gonna probably post on Thursday. So you'll have to run to my site today if you want it. If you spend $100 on my website and use the host code, then I'm giving you the pigment sprinkles for free as part of this week's special, but it's only good through Thursday. So this is a piece of the paper from the Come Together, and then this is Cajun Craze. So I have some Cajun Craze dyed polka dot ribbon. You can see how it matches nicely. Some of them, the ones that are dyed all the way, are exactly Cajun Craze, and then depending on how light it goes, it's just all shades of Cajun Craze. So let's get some ribbon. I have a lot of colors of it, and there's some more over here that are drying. Actually, I have crushed curry, but it's not dry because that's going to be in my next video as I show you how I do that, because I do it on Facebook Lives a lot, because it's, again, a staged, takes a couple of stages to get through it, and I've never done it all the way on one YouTube video, so I've got, that's why I have the water on my table. But I am going to do one. And so my Cajun Craze isn't one that I've already pulled out. So it's not dry to put on this card. I mean the curry, sorry. The Cajun's right here. So I'm just gonna tie a knot around this. For a lot of my ribbons, I don't like to pull it around the back for the tulle. I don't mind so much because I have lots of it, as you can see from my little tray. So just put this on here. You can tie a bow if you want, and I'm gonna tie a bow, and then I think I'm gonna cut it to have some flingies. Or I may leave the bow, depending on how it looks when I get it cut. Maybe I'm gonna tie it, if I can tie. Kind of tie your bow in the direction you want it to go. Some people are like, my bows never go the direction I want them to. But if you want it to kind of tilt this way, then tie it that way. That doesn't look too bad. You can cut both of these if you want them to just be a knot of ribbon. Which, you know, kind of the raffia look if you're from the 90s. Would kind of look cute with this card. I think on my other one, it's a bow as well. On my other one, I've used the peacock ribbon because I also dyed some ribbon peacock. Trim those off. And we're just gonna mount this to this. I'm gonna go ahead and curl this up because I'm gonna go for the kind of the rustic. Like when we have two sides of foam paper, it's a fun way to get it to go. So you just kind of, you can use your bone folder and kind of just bend it around the edges. See, that does it a little better than when I was just trying to do it with my hands. Just kind of break down some of those fibers and then just bend it over. Snip this down. And stick these on. I do have, this is actually Cajun Craze cord. Now you can see how good my Cajun Craze looks with the Cajun Craze cord. And this is out of the Come Together as well. That suite's got some really fun pieces. We're gonna use one more piece out of it. So just got a little section of it. I doubled it over and I'm gonna tie it through and go over my bow here and tie another bow, just because I like all the textures, because nothing says fall like texture. Lots of color, lots of texture. This could also be a birthday card year round, because you know leaves don't have to be fall, especially if you switch up the colors. If you add some colors that aren't necessarily colors of fall, which would be easy to do with this card because of the colors of pigment sprinkles that we have. Grab this. It's always so much easier if you can do this with your head over the top, But you guys don't want to see the top of my head, so I'm always doing it at a funky angle. You can see it. Well, I could see it, but I couldn't grab it. I'm going to scoot it this way a tiny bit. Tying bows and two-step stamping without the stamparatus are the most difficult things to do with the direction that I film. I know some people film other directions, but I can't. The way to leave my camera set up, the way my office is, it has to be this way. And again, I'm gonna snip this end. Okay, then decide which one of your leaves you like the best. I like both of these a lot, actually. We're just gonna layer these on here. And I like the natural bend that they have to them. So just put your adhesive towards the top and allow that to keep its natural bend as you put it on here. My other card, they're overlapping a little bit more, but I really like the colors on these. Look how pretty that is. And I tried to intentionally keep a little bit of the flannel feel to it. So let's drop these a little bit more than my original card. And then the final piece that I have are the wood elements from the same suite from the Come Together. On my other one, I used the short feather. I'm going to use the long feather. And if you watched me on Facebook Live, I did dye these as well, but I can't find them. I don't know where I put them. They were wet when I took them out on Facebook Live, so I laid them someplace safe, and it's so safe that I lost them. Tried to find them right before I filmed, but I don't know where they went. So here you go. Super easy. You could make up sheets, you know, a couple of sheets of the paper and just have it ready. Here it is with peacock background and peacock ribbon and peacock, yeah, background. Actual card. Whoops, this one's falling off. No, it's got plenty of sticky. It's just not pushed. There we go. So in this one, I probably didn't put quite as much of the Bermuda Bay. It's the one that turns peacock when mixed with the Melon Mambo. So my leaves are a little bit lighter, but equally beautiful. In fact, if I was gonna do it again, I would do an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock with my puff paint, and that way you can kind of get different sections of it to be more colors. But there you go, super easy. It's the last card in my series of the puff paint. I hope you like it. It was fun to come up with that. So everybody have a great day. Bye.